Hi scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back with I think this is my 11th layout. So I am down to bare scraps on this, like the bare minimum with this kit. This is the August Clique kit and it was called Ambrosia. And it had the Citrus Bliss collection in it, which I was really excited to get because I saw a bunch of people get this kit earlier on in the summer and I was kind of jealous, and so I was so excited when Clique Kits got this kit for August. So here what I'm doing is I do have a few sheets of paper left, and I had already cut up a bunch of circles on my silhouette, and so there were like 3 papers that I had that I wanted to get a bigger circle of, and so I just used my Fisker's punch and I punched that out, and I think that's a 1.5-inch punch. I'm not really sure. And so here I have a bunch of embellishments and things that I'm going to want to use, and so I just kind of slide them back over and put them in my little green container there. Here I'm just placing a bunch of these circles on the layout where I'm thinking I want them, and I have a bunch of these acetate and paper pieces and embellishments that are small, and I'm thinking that I want to just kind of intersperse them around the layout. So here I'm just kind of placing a bunch of different circles on the layout. This one I decided I wanted it to be a little bit smaller than I had cut it on my silhouette, so I just cut that down. And I'm just going to place these around on the layout. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of messing around with that for a while. And I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. It was a lot of fun to do. And I think I actually got the idea for this from Hannah Lee Mew. I think she did a layout with circles on it. And I was like, oh, I really love that. And so I was like, I'm totally going to try it. So this is what I came up with. Hers was different, and I don't remember which layout it is. I can try to look for it and remember to put it down in the description below if I can find it. So here I am just going to use my Tombow Mono glue to glue down all of these circles. And the reason why I used my liquid glue was because I didn't want to pick the circles up and actually have to move them. And to use my big ATG gun, I would have had to do that. And so I was just wanting to keep them in the same place and not, disturb the prettiness of where I had the paper already placed down. So that's why I did that. And then these bigger ones, I wasn't too, concerned about losing the spot where they were at. So those ones I was okay with using my ATG gun on. And here let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to start gluing down all of these little pieces. So I'm going to use my Zots for the tangerine and the wood veneer pieces. And then for everything else, I'm going to use this Tombow Mono glue, because these other things are acetate, and so I just wanted to make sure that you didn't see the glue. So here I'm just going to glue down all of these pieces just in random little spots. And I haven't even shown you my pictures that I'm going to be using yet. Usually I start off with the pictures, and I don't remember if I had already picked out the pictures and just decided to work on the background first. So I think I'm going to do that part in a minute, mess with the pictures. So yeah, so here I'm just gluing down all of these pieces. There were hearts, like gold hearts, and then a bunch of acetate pieces in the kit, and then also wood veneer in the kit. And these little tangerine pieces were so stinking cute. I loved those. And that was an add-on, I believe. So now here I'm going to cut off all of the the circles that are hanging over the edge of the paper. And now I'm just going to put those aside. I think, let's see, what am I? Yeah, I'm thinking that, oh, it looks kind of plain and bare up there in the top left-hand corner. So I'm just going to use some of these half circles that I had cut off of the edges and place those up there in a little cluster. And I really like how that looks. So I have this flare, this pink flare that says "We make a great pair," and so I'm thinking I'm going to put it up there, but then I also have this paradise one. And so I'm going to kind of spend a little bit of time moving things around and seeing what I can add to this layout. I had the washi tape, the pineapple washi tape, which came in the kit, and I really liked that, and so I decided to add it down there to the bottom, and then also one of those 7 paper gold hearts. And then here I'm just adding a few of these enamel dots. Those were an add-on for the kit, and I don't remember who those are by. I want to say Pink Paisley, but I'm not really sure if it really was Pink Paisley. And then I also had this pineapple tag, and so I wanted to put that on there somewhere too. So here is where I am looking at my photos. So I had a bunch of photos. I had about 5 or 6 from this one day, and I knew I wanted to use these ones, but I didn't want to use all of them. So here I cut down this one of both of my sons, Jonas and Brennan, and this was back when they were toddlers. I think Brennan was probably 2 years old maybe. And so I matted that on just the lemon paper that came in the kit. And then I was thinking maybe I was going to use this photo down there in the bottom, but I didn't really like the way that looked. And so I decided on using this picture of just Jonas with the baseball. And I thought that was really, really cute. So here I'm just going to cut this yellow paper up and use that as the background again. And here I'm just kind of trying to think, well, maybe I want to use the pink side, maybe not, maybe I want to use the yellow side, I don't know. So I'm just kind of playing around here. Sometimes it takes a while to figure out what you want to do, and so that's what I was doing. So finally I just settled on this lemon paper, using that as a little accent. And I was thinking, well, maybe I want to put it up by the other photo, and then I decided, no, I didn't like that. And there were a couple of these pieces that were going to be covered up, these circle pieces, and I didn't want them to be covered up. So that one I moved to be right above the photo, and that little circle I moved to be right there as well. And here I am going to glue the photo down, and this is where I decide that I have things down there not placed in the right, like it doesn't look right. So I pull off that wood veneer heart and the little tangerine resin piece. And now I'm just going to glue down the photos and get those all situated. That one was a little bit crooked, and so I pulled that up. Then I'm going to put down this banner, and let's see, I'm thinking that next to the photo there needs to be something else on the bottom photo, but I decide not to. Then I'm going to pull out some of these enamel dots, and I'm going to use green, one big green one little green one, and one little yellow one. And so let's see, I kind of fussed with that for a little bit, I guess. So I put the green and the yellow one down there on the bottom, but I don't really like that. Okay, so I'm kind of all over the place on this layout, so I apologize about that. It was kind of crazy and different. So I put that tangerine piece up there in that top cluster, and then I move these enamel dots around, and I place them in different areas around that photo. And let's see, what am I going to do now? I am going to put down more washi tape, and I'm going to put it down in each one of these circle clusters on the sides of the layout. And I really, really love this tape. It's so cute, and it's gold and fun. The only thing was that it wasn't sticky at all. Like, I've had washi tape before and I've used it. I don't use it a whole lot on layouts, but I use it a little bit, I think. And I have never had washi tape that didn't ever stick. Like, this washi tape was like not sticky at all. Like, that's why I was using my mono glue to or my aqua glue to glue it down, because it just wasn't sticky at all. So, and then I decided I was going to do my journaling here in the bottom left-hand corner. And I really like the look of doing the lines. So I decided to use one of my EK Tools journaling pins and make some lines on there. And the journaling just says that after church on this Sunday, the boys were playing in their room. They found a ball and bat and we were all soon involved in a lively game of inside baseball. So, yeah, I thought that was a fun memory for us. And it doesn't really have anything to do with pineapples, but I just thought that the pineapples were cute, and so it was just kind of a fun layout to make. I know I don't really care about it, the pineapples being on there, but I know my husband's going to be like, why are there pineapples and tangerines on this layout? There's nothing to do with food. And I'm just, yeah, it's just fun. I make these pages for me, right? So here I'm just using a Dear Lizzie rotary stamp, and it just has phrases on it. And I just stamped the phrase happy place on each one of those cluster areas. And I really, really like how that turned out. Then here I'm just going to write the date, and I'm going to put that right next to the journaling, and also up there in the top right hand corner cluster with those circles. And that is the end of my layout. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you'll come back to see another one tomorrow. And I will be back next week with my Kill a Kit video, because this is the very last layout that I recorded for you. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.